You watch about dog, SK New Air this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, ha. Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
William Knibb Memorial High School D Cup Alumni presents its third annual fundraising barbecue on Memorial Day, May 30th, 2022. Wear your favorite jersey to Wilsonwood Park in Mount Vernon, New York. Remember to take exit 12 off the Hutchinson River Parkway. Music by DJ Mad Max of Sound 1000. Proceeds to aid the William Knibb High School Costa Cup team. For more information, contact Keegan 304-607-4034. Our codfish at 954-639-2991. Proud of people, it's important. Remember, make sure say Ono did that.
All right, greetings and good afternoon to you all. We have with us again for the second time, Mr. Allan Skill Cole, the legend himself, is back with us. The last time the interview ended because the battery died, so we want to make sure that battery is live and running and strong and full of power because he's here in good health and thing. Good to see you, Sir Cole. The people have been asking to you, say, man, it's just a little short, man. The legend leave before him finish. So good to have you back.
All right, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. I know you probably don't remember where you ended the last time.
I bring up to you, so I think you have some questions that you wanted me to answer, and you probably didn't get to answer them.
All right. So I mean, what are some of the just from let's go back to where we ended. Really, you're giving us some of the real highlights because we actually found some articles about some of the stuff that you did while you were playing in Brazil, and many people didn't know that your time in Brazil ended because at the whole wanting to cut your hair. Because you had the afro at that time, I think you said, and out of the some issue with the new management at the club and your hairstyle, so that is how it ended. After you had played 1 year and I think 3 months. All right.
Yeah, I just say 3 months before the my contract agreement, so I still have to watch. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what are the standout time in your career, and what was football like in your time? With all the skill, how difficult it was for you being so good, playing against the other players locally. I mean, was it difficult for you, or were they just as good as you in that era compared to now?
Yeah, we had a lot of good players in my era, but I train. I put a lot of work into my preparation. So you find that out in most cases, especially in the strength is going down there. I took my training to another level. So I was sort of more physically attuned more than the quote unquote the local players. Because as I said, players in those days they didn't have enough time for preparation, and we had to. Those who really loved it would put out extra You know what I'm saying? So, like myself, I put on more than the extra. I train very hard. People who were outside didn't understand, but those who were close to me and knew what was happening. I trained very hard. So I put a lot of work in my preparation. So games became very easy for me. You know. So that's why I was able to maintain my standards. And when the foreigners came here, I was able to what you call it now, to prove them wrong that third world countries
Yes.
didn't have players with the technique and the skills or whatever to compete at their level. So that was it was challenging because as I said it was hard work, especially the physical part of it. So most of my friends or brethren used to try to come along and train me. They would do it for a while and then they run away and say, boy, they can't manage it. so,
Yeah. What were
so
some of the
my
things like
preparation
what?
was
Yeah.
very intense and I trained very early in the morning. So you see me 6, 7, 8 o'clock, that I went out there from 4 o'clock, things like that.
Uh, what are some of the things that like a regular day for you? Like what was training like for you? Like is it that you go to the beach or you're on the roads? What was training like for you that
Well,
got you to be in such good physical condition throughout your career?
well, as I said, my emphasis, I prepared myself properly. Well, in the mornings I will get up and do a lot of running. In the early morning, like 4 o'clock and all that. I get up. So by 6 o'clock, by 6:30, I'll be home, have my shower, have breakfast, and things like that. Then in the afternoon, I go to the gym. Before from like 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'll go to the gym under the guidance of Gerald Roach and Cedric Demetrius. And put in another 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours.
Wow.
Then if it does all depend sometimes, where the part of the season we were and things like that. So, it varies. But I did a lot of swimming, a lot of running on the sands, I did a lot of intervals running and things like that. So I was able to cope with the professionals when they got here.
Okay, and what was your diet like? I mean, what were your eating habits and stuff?
Well, I that's one of the most interesting part of my upcoming. I had I ate well. So in the mornings I would have porridge, with juice, greens, which is callaloo, and those with bananas and things like that. Varies. If ackee was in season, I would have some ackee then. But my preparation was mostly I had a lot of porridge. Porridge was base for me every morning from a little boy. So I grew up drinking porridge, which was basic, basic for all athletes who didn't know and are listening now.
Big
It's
to have cornmeal or
bro.
any kind of porridge.
Well, we had a variation. My mother was great at that, and uh, during the during the time when I was coming up, we sort of got more knowledge and improve on certain things. We had different grains. We had wheat, whole wheat. We had plantain. We had green banana. We used a lot of coconuts. We use what they call flaxseed. They used to call it linseed in those days. And we had use a lot of Irish moss, and of course a lot of fruit juices. Blend a lot of fruit juices. I drank fruit juices every day, fruit in season. You know, that kept me going. And I ate a lot of fish, a lot of vegetables, drink a lot of green, a lot of juices, especially green juices. I was drinking green juices from early 1969, before people start know what green juice was all about. So I had an excellent diet, very 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 good diet. Then that's what kept me going. Why I had so much energy. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. Yeah, I'm not hearing.
All right, tell me if you're hearing me, people.
I'm hearing you now. I'm
You're
hearing you
hearing
now.
me now, right?
Hearing
We
you.
were at the part where you mentioned that you ate a lot of fish.
Yeah. Yeah, that was part of my what you call it, my foods supplement. I don't want to use the word diet. But, yeah, man, I eat a lot of fish, a lot of roast fish, a lot of steamed fish, a lot of vegetables and things like that. I was fond of rice.
Okay, but I mean, you because you were so skillful, and so back in those days, the rules in football were a little different from now. There was not a lot of protection. So if you got injured, we didn't have the best doctors in Jamaica. How did you manage to stay? Like if you get a bad tackle, and how did you manage those injuries?
So you know what, I was injured I was injured prone, really,
Okay.
because I think I was probably a step or two sometime all ahead of my opponents. So that was one of my what you call asset. I could I was able to evade some of the what you call the brutal tackle. As you say, we weren't protecting, but so I had to be very clever. Because I was such a marked person, I had to always keep myself in optimum condition, so I could, wasn't able to catch me so easily. You know,
Yeah.
but of course, you'll have a guy who will give you late tackles and things like that. But I wasn't paying much injury.
Yeah.
And to speak, I have to give thanks. In my time, I didn't get much
Yeah.
injury.
And
In Brazil, I had to. I mean, when I started playing there, I was, my ankles they would hit me in the ankles like trouble. Every game I had to be going to the physio, because I was going close and beating the guys in close, and they would give you some serious late tackle, and you know, in the night after you cool off and things like that, and the bandages are off, you get, the next day you have to hop to the physio because the ankles were swollen, although you had bandages and things like that. But these guys, they give me we got a lot of in those days, close range, especially being a foreigner and things like that. So, but after, I got, to adjust my style after that because it was happening too much to me. So I said, I'm not going to go close again and trying to beat a guy. I had to stay like 3 and 4 feet away and beat them. So, I had to change everything. But I remember that well, lot of hard tackle because
yeah.
being the bill player on the team and going there against these guys, they don't take it out there. All these things, the regular thing. Come from far out of this country, whatever.
Yes.
It's the regular thing in every culture. I had to adjust.
Yeah. What about the people? Because after the first interview, some person were saying that man, Skill Cole really loved music more than he loved football. He was more. So I don't know what would you say to those people who said
No,
they love you're a better footballer, but you love music so much that probably take away from some of the greatness you could have accomplished playing football because you love being around the music.
well, not I grew up in music. I grew up in music, because I grew up in an era where I grew up as a little boy, in an era where the music, there was a dance hall down at that place, the most popular dance hall in that history. So my father played music every Sunday, all these stuff. So I grew up listening to good music. So I got attached to music in the age, you know what I'm saying? And I was living in Fleet Street in the 50s, in a place called Barbecue. That was the central, that's one of the most covered music dance in this eastern part of Central Kingston. Weekends, it was just unbelievable down there. I mean, I grew up, listening to that music and learn to dance. I good and apart from that, I learned to skip for a tender age. I didn't have problem with my friends.
Yeah, but and then I mean outside of music because
But that's it. Because I got involved in music. You know, I just got involved in music. It was just a coincidence. I got involved in music and turned out to be, humongous. So, it was part of the plan.
Yeah, because your connection in music was with one of the greatest ever. So one of the greatest football of all time connected with one of the greatest entertainers of all time in Jamaica's history. So two greats collided.
Sometimes, you don't know what. As one guy said, we are on a stage, and you don't know. You have to just do your part. Sometimes you don't know what the script is, how the script is going. You know nothing about the script. You just go in, and you just what you call it now. Be a part of it, and everything.
Yes.
That it was meant to be. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And then you also were a coach, and I think one of the side with one of the best sides probably put together in Jamaica. You were the head coach there, and you have had several coaching stints. But one of the major one was at Portmorant United. But you have also coached other teams. Why don't you tell us about how you're able to impart some of your football knowledge on the generations as you went through your coaching career?
Well, I went to Portmorant. I went out there, mystery again, and these things happen mysteriously. Anyway, I went out there, and I was invited by a couple. You probably heard about Carl Dawkins. Singer, Carl Dawkins.
Yeah.
Tell you truthfully, and
he was the one who invited you out there?
so yeah, Carl was he used to train at the beach for years, and Carl used to play at Santos in the early days, and Carl. So I used to train. I used to be on the beach in the morning exercising, and Carl was out there too. Carl lived in the pool bay. And he was telling me, he always telling me about this team out there. He knew the owners, and for years he been telling me for quite a few seasons, and boy, they weren't getting no results, and they had good structure and things like that. And they had this youngster from Trinidad, and them had one or two players, and couldn't win the competition out there, and he was a bit bugging me. He always tell me, boy, tell the man I like to come out there. And it took me about a year to 2 years before I decided. So when they had that treat out there, and he said, you have to come. I have to come. So, all right, I got the direction. I went out there, me and some brethren, and they had this fest out there, and they had this football tournament. And they were recruiting for the league because they weren't able to win the St. Thomas League like for a couple of seasons. So I went out there and I saw them out there, and when I saw they had some quality players, and I was saying, damn, this team don't win out at St. Thomas, don't win they don't win the what you call the era division. I said, no, I couldn't understand that. And they were coached by a famous schoolboy coach, whose name I don't want to mention.
Yeah.
The one of the top schoolboy coach according to what I've been listening to. Anyhow, so I was shocked when I saw what is happening. I said, this team don't win out here. So I got to talk to the guy who was in charge, Barrett. They called him Colonel. He owned the estate. So he was saying, boy, how much money he spent and he can't get no results, and oh my gosh. Then he had these players out there, he's looking at him. He asked me if I could help him to look at the players and choose with him. So I said, no problem. So I saw some players play that evening. I saw Bear play, Queen Farm, I saw Cephas, quite a few players. Anyhow, Russell Latapito was there, and so we decided, she asked me, can you help me? I would love to, whatever.
Yeah.
So I said, I would try, but said, let me see what you had. And you love football. So we said, I'll give it a try. And we started with some of the players that he recruited. And during the period of time, we started preparing the guys and things like that. Peter Carl came with us before he had gotten a contract to go to Israel, and Peter came and checked me and said, boy, I want me to helping with preparation. I said, come on, so we had Peter Todd and prepared him. I sent him to Israel. Played one game for me. And when the fourth man started, no, we started there and then we won the Eastern Conference and we went straight to Premier League, to what they call it, National League.
National League, yes.
And the President's Cup, and the way of that was the President's Cup was the what you call it, the knockout cup with all
The All Island knockout.
Premier League team. So we won the President Cup before we came to National League. And we set a history in the football in Eastern Jamaica that I don't think it's going to be broken for a long, long, long time. Because we scored so many goals, we didn't lose no game. And obviously, we had some nice players and we prepared them. So it was sort of, to me, I don't think we could have been beaten because I told the owner for the club, if I draw one game in this the qualifying round or even lose, I won't come back. Man, he said, yeah, what I say? I said, if I draw one game or worse, lose in the qualification round, never come out here and coach a team again. So we qualified to the National League and team came and the talk down. Unfortunately, we were the most goals. We scored. All categories we were okay. I just unfortunate because the team that won we beat them. We were the only team that beat them. Reno won 100 game and Reno. We beat them like we were the only team that
But you actually played for them as well. You actually played.
Well, you know what? We were injured prone and I was training with the guys because I used to train them and play with them and impart a lot of things. So we got an injured prone. We got injured problem in the second years. I came on and played 1 and 2 games. For a corner down in the team from Manchester, down Monday, but that is Perfectus.
Mile Gully.
No, Perfectus or something.
Last Perfectus.
Yes. So that's the last time I scored a corner was in the Premier League down there. That was 9. It was 89.
It was that season. It was that season you got your leg broken as well.
No, not my leg. I got jumped in my Reno against Reno. We beat Reno 1-0 and the guy was jumping. I think they sent him to me. Speaking, when I review everything, I think they sent him definitely. These young guys playing against a man who could be their father. When jumping, what did that? Anyhow, we had some very, very great moments with that command. Out of that squad, we managed to put about 4 to 5 players on the national team. We had the MVP, leading goal scorer, twice, the 2 seasons that we managed to play. And we got the most crowd in the country. We will go with people. And we played great. We played entertaining, very, very good football, entertaining football. And at that time, I must say, I thought that we were playing the best brand of football in the country. Because I remember Lily Leppard coming on television and saying that for the first time in his life, he said Jamaica football somewhere when he saw Portman United play. And that was a heavy statement from the great Lindy. And then after a while, team didn't manage to survive because of, I took a little pull. And then I went to Anne. And at the when I went there, they were second in the coming up to the first one. For the first round, and they were for the 5-6 round, we were number 1. And we stayed number 1. Of course, we lose that year. We shouldn't have that. I was just losing those titles to at Portman and to at frustrating. It was just against the odds because when you look at the record of what we did out there, it just sad. Anyhow, those were 2, second, that was the first season at hand. The first season at hand, I was like for the second For the first run in I went there. So we didn't get we're not final. So the second year we started, we stayed number one from the first round to the last round of the competition. And the team, I mean, the team that beat us in the final, that's beat us. I just one night. They were very fortunate. It was Sheba. We beat them 5-4, 5-4. We beat them, man. Unfortunately, we lost to Sheba. It was unbelievable. It was so sad. You know, just like when Fort Brand lost.
Torino.
We beat Reno. But we lost 200 yards. We got 5-1 and 3 of that season where we destroyed them. And lack of what you call it now. That the goalkeeper came out the line, took it lack of days call, and Richard took up on Simon. I tell you, we couldn't get back at with the post, with the upright, and it just unfortunate. The wrong team that won the National League was I'm telling you, without a doubt, we were 5 times better than every team out of those teams. Honestly. But it was unfortunate. But that's how it goes. So that's how sports go. On the day.
Yeah.
You know, if it was a league that was played like the East Premier League, I would have won the competition 4 seasons.
Yeah, but I mean, why haven't you been more involved in coaching throughout your career? Because I mean, you have not done a lot of coaching. Is there any reason why? You have not even worked with the national program. I think as a coach.
All right, let me hit the hammer, right, and the nail right in the end. Borough administration was the biggest setback. That was the stumbling block. Borough and his organization. So I won't go no further than that.
Okay.
The most corrupt administration body ever to run a country was the Borough administration. It was the people that.
Yeah.
That is the responsible for it. And
because many people are saying that we have persons like you. I mean, persons after you, like the Bob Campbell, all of these guys, the Oscar Black. And
look here, you must understand where we were on the Borough. So all those who adhere to Borough and his what you call it now? It's dictator. Yeah. Those who would succumb to, they would be part of that. And I'm not into that. I don't think that stand for me. So, you know.
Yeah, but so you'd rather because part of the issue is that you if it's not right, you're going to talk, and sometimes with these organizations, if you're in it, you're not supposed to say anything.
No, well, that is for those who are lucky. I'm not one of those people. I see if I'm there and I see what is to be said, what to say. Simple as that. I just said go. So you can't tell me who I must pick, who I must select, all these things. No, sir, you're crazy. If you want to select your team or pick your players, then go on to the job. Don't imply me, and that is some of the things that destroy our football because they got to, that's where it hurts under these guys.
Yeah.
Talent got frustrated during those guys.
Yeah. From coming back from your era, right? We have seen persons in horse racing get honored, person in track and field, person in cricket, other sporting disciplines. But we haven't seen like any footballer yet from in your era who was household name like your name being honored. What do you think is the cause for that? When there's things about there's Arthur Windrive, for example. You have Ben Francis Cup. You understand me? You have name. What with the football? Why players from your time, a player like you, Mr. Cole,
right.
There's no national recognition or acknowledgement.
So let me bring you back in the past. I don't think you have this knowledge of this history. So in 1972, they started the Allan Cole football competition. Right? It got record entry. Record entry. Go back and check us off. 72, 74, it got record. Well, let me just break it down straight. It got so big that they had to division them at some for Constantine and other people name, and it went to Ray and Nephew were the sponsors. So it should have been, they wanted us to put it to, it should have been the Ray and Nephew Allan Cole Ray and Nephew football competition, which was what it became Sid Bartlett. But certain people started to oppose because we say never want a Rasta man. Crazy people. So the Allan Cole football competition, which was the biggest, was it church Nigeria and everything, and that should have been what they now call the Sid Bartlett.
Oh, so that's how Sid Bartlett. That's how it became. It was
all of those competitions was Allan Cole. In case you didn't know, it was the big competition in the rural, in the corporate area. Record every year. It was organized by a guy called Wilfred. God bless his soul. He's gone to rest. But that was the biggest competition throughout Kingston, St. Ange. Anybody can tell you about it.
So, and it was called Allan Skill Cole.
Allan Cole, yeah.
Allan.
And then it should have, then it went to Jerry and if it started sponsored, and then Burroughs was sponsored Jerry and then it went there, and then after they wanted to return to do what they call it, the Jerry and Allan Cole competition. And certain guys opposed it because of, envy and jealousy. And so they turned to what, and that's what got the name Sid Bartlett after that.
Okay, whoa.
So that is history.
I didn't know it was originally named. Just let him adjust the camera because we just so we can see. There you go. That's better, so we can see if it. Okay. And you're saying that you believe that is because somebody in the comment actually said that, they said that the reason why you have not been recognized is because you're Rastafarian. But I'm saying that Bob Marley has been recognized and you guys had a relationship.
No, you must understand it's a different scenario. You must understand one thing. In the early days, before them starting to know of Bob, like in the 70s when I was in Madrid, we used to carry the flag. I say carry the flag, we carry the burden. You understand me?
Yeah.
All was a game, was run by some bureaucrats in some instances who were they were anti-progressive because we are as progressive youth. They didn't like us because we were talented and we were the drawing card. They had to live with us, but deep down inside, because of our conviction, them don't like us. They're not going to be pleasant in all their thoughts and all their thinking where we are concerned. So Rastaman in the early days, we as youth start the early struggle. We get a whole fight. But you see, football is a different thing from the music. So when you come to the music business, you have record company, and you have people who promote artists. Like you have Island Record with Chris Blackwell. They did a lot of promotion on Bob Marley. We and Bob helped to break down the third bar in the early days. Remember, I became a public figure long before Bob Marley, right?
Right. It
was carrying through the whole vision. So now, football, that's a different. It's just a completely different scenario from the music business.
Yeah. Just adjust the camera again because. Let's fix the camera. Hold on. So let's fix the camera because we're just seeing like your chin downward. There you go. Yeah. So Bob.
So what I'm trying to say to you now.
Yeah.
Bob Marley got accepted not because of the music. Not because of what is happening now. It was all that took place earlier on when we were there going through to break down the social barriers. Those are the early days.
So you were more the barrier breaker for persons like Bob Marley to emerge because, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I had to break him into the middle class. Let's put it that way. And
Yes.
bring him outside of Trenchtown. In other words, I used to tell him that Trenchtown is not Kingston and not Jamaica.
Yeah.
Carry him out to places. Anyhow, so what I'm trying to say is that music is a different thing. Cause you have now you see Marley is being promoted by the record company and by people because of the publishing and things. These are different things. We are sports people are different. It's a different scenario. You get the understanding? So they will say all these things are going on if it wasn't because of certain things that taking place where music is concerned. You would hear these things. It is different from we the sports in persons. You understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
So what? So you know, I hope I explain that.
Yeah, man. No, man, you're making sense because I am here thinking like back in that time, because even today in our culture, your name is still a household name. So imagine what it was like in that time. I want to know if the administrators of sports and things didn't see that this is the man, because when he plays, the stadium is sold out. To make you a brand in such a way that you benefit financially and the nation benefit financially.
But you know what? The fight against Rasta was there, as you should probably can imagine. But some of them had to stay behind the closet and fight. They're not going to come openly because we got so powerful that they had to stay behind the closet and fight. Now imagine now, as a 15-year-old schoolboy, I represent a national team, right? I became the youngest player ever to play for a national team on the planet. The federation supposed to write to we call the Smithsonian, and give them all these information. So to come out in the, what they call it, the
Guinness Book of World Record.
Yeah. None of these things are ever done, you know. Where I'm concerned in football, you know. Other sporting bodies did it for their athletes who were qualified then to get certain recognition and the world body. You understand? But as a 15-year-old youth, they never do nothing like that. But because they have me like a ganja man and like a Rasta man, you know. But you know, it is still there. It is amazing, and they never did nothing towards it. So you can understand what is happening. These things supposed to be written in the Guinness Book of Record because nobody don't do it on the planet Earth yet, you know.
Yeah, 15-year-old, right? Because you did mention that in the last interview that you're the first. I don't know if you're the only one, but the first 15-year-old to play for his national team in an actual game. 15-year-old. And that's not written down anywhere and recorded anywhere in the history books. If you didn't come and say it on this platform, I mean, many people would not know.
Plenty of people, Jamaican people know, a lot of people know that.
And many other accomplishments, they are not recorded anywhere for people to go back and look at. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, given you were doing all of that, it would have been better if there was a collective effort to market Allan Skill Cole, like how Brazil was marketing Pele. And Portugal was marketing Eusebio in his time to make it
our people never understand. Our administrators never understand the power of football. Let's put it that way. You know, they understand the power of the game, and I don't think they were equipped with the knowledge of how powerful a sports football is. So that's what I was on about. I used to try to tell them and show, and you know, couldn't do more because they would see it, football drawing all the crowd. Especially when we played, you know, who were around this show, and they could tell you when we played, you know, it was there. But, you know, they don't understand. They just saw it. It was cricket, you know, and then football, because of people like myself and others, the Welsh brothers and all those great youngsters that came along, we had to turn it around. That football became the dominant sport in the country, attracting more people than any other sport in the country. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, when you look at the state of Jamaica football today, how do you feel?
I am very sad because the administrators don't know what they're doing with the sport. I don't think them understand. I don't think they understand how powerful a game football is. That we just um first thing I think then some of the coaches that they have employed to what we call it now to man our program. I don't know. I don't know. I need to see more. And the female seems to have been getting somewhere, but it's now we get like a step backward, because I think we made a big miss error. I think openly I think they should have given Lauren a chance since
Oh,
things went.
Lauren Donaldson.
Yeah, I think they should have given Lauren a chance, and it was very distasteful. And I don't think we want to make it to the. I hope we make it, but it's hardly like they want to make it. And I think one of the reasons I think preparation. As looking at when I watch them play, the girls need help, but preparation is key. The national on the male side, we need to get our act together, get people who understand the game, who can impart and get a program. We don't have to go to, trust me, we don't have to go to England to get a football. Like at some point, players come England, then they know the national anthem. They must come for holiday. We don't want them to have a spirit in their football. You want a man who's committed, who hungry and want to play. So you must prepare the players because we have the talent. It's just that they don't know how to prepare the guys and to take them to the next level. And that is one of the biggest problems facing our local football. Because the people when they are employed, I tell you straight up, clown. Let me tell you straight, I don't like to even talk, but since I reach this thing, clown.
Yeah.
When you see some of the guys that want to have money in some program, you wonder what is happening there. I am personally perturbed when I see someone and listen and look at someone. It's just sad. Them they already they need to be coached instead of coaching people. They can't impart nothing to do with them. You see them in school, they are talented. And when they reach to the next level to make the transition, they do nothing to help them. Big players need help. They need people who can direct them. Sometimes you just need a little tighten up tighten up here, a little tighten up there, and you can make them elevate them to the next level. Believe me, but they don't know what they're doing with the youngs, with the talent. So much talent have been wasted over the past decade. It's just sad. I could mention a lot of them, but I don't want to get nobody in trouble.
No, but you can mention players that you think have been talented that you have seen, because nobody can. It just so many top players that went. I mean, I saw a youth by the name of Marshall at St. George's College. Oh,
that
Alex Marshall.
That was a beautiful talent. Wasted. The man wasted because the man don't know what him do to you. That youth should be in England right now, play top football in Europe. Wasted. They didn't know what. I said youth at schoolboy will and Pambeda and tell Advance. Ask Advance. That is a good talent. But unfortunately, wow. Don't get it wrong. Didn't get to the right hands. And even when he leaves school and go to the next hand, it's same thing. Worse.
Yeah. And there's a next one now called Tyreek McGee as well.
Yeah, all of them, I don't want to call him because when you see the talent that these youth expose, it is just sad when you look and see when they leave school and say, yes, we have some, the future look good. Transition, can make the transition. Why? Why?
That's you're making some very good, very, very solid point. But who are some of the coaches that you think are
I'm not going into that.
You're not going to go into that because I'd love to know. All right, but let me ask you. All right, so let me ask you a different question. No, yeah. Okay, so yeah, man. So we're gonna have some more discussion with the legend Allan Skill Cole. Remember, if you're watching, to hit the like button, share the content, and if you have not yet, please make sure that you subscribe to the platform. Make sure you do that. So hit the like button in the meantime as we await our guest to come back so we can put the wrap on this interview as he finish up on part 2, saying that, listen, We need better administration of the football, and people who can better manage the talent and deal with the talent. So yeah,
Yeah, we're sorry about that. We got
yeah,
cut off again.
yeah, man, not a problem. Understand how it is. So, what I want to ask you is because this is, I mean, the people are agreeing with you. Somebody says, speak skill. Jamaica football has regressed. At that time, they played for the love of the game. Too
Of,
many wasted talent.
of course.
That's yeah. So let me. But some people are saying, that when they look back at the youths today, compared to like your era coming into the early 90s when we qualified for the World Cup, that those players used to work hard on the game. You would see them on the beach running up and down and running and getting. They say the players nowadays, even in Jamaica, I mean, them bleaching out. Some people say them bleaching out, them wearing bare tight pants. Yeah, them have no interest in the game because they want fast money. They don't want to work hard. They want party. They want girl. Them unprofessional. They want eat be a burger and KFC and stuff like that. So yeah, they have the talent, but the attitude terrible as well.
So that's why they need guidance. They need guidance, to teach them, teaching you them so they will understand it's a culture. You say, but we grew up in a different culture. That's just people like me in my era. We grew up in a different culture. Our parents fed us, and food was also easier to acquire in those days. So we were very fortunate in those days and in those times. That culture of eating properly. We didn't have fast food and those things nowadays. You must remember that in those early days. So that's a difference. So now you have to teach these players. I talk to some players sometimes, and when I ask them what their diet is like, I don't like use that word, but what their eating program is like. And when you listen to them, man, yeah, I'm amazed. And I have to give them some instruction until I tell them how to improve, and you don't want to play better and have more energy or whatever and can work harder. You have to make sure that breakfast and whatever, it's easy and cheap, but they don't, and the culture is not there. When you tell a youth, I had to tell a mother one morning when I saw her buying some things for her son, and he's supposed to be playing Pepsi or something like that at a high school. And I saw her and I said to her, she knew me and she was talking to me. I said, your son? And she said yes. And she was buying fritters, things at the shop for her son who's going to school in the mornings. So I had a little talk with her and instructed her and asked her what is the cost for the week for buying this breakfast at this place and things like that. And I matched it out to her and show her an easy program and that's cheaper and more beneficial to her son and things like that. She didn't know. I had to tell her how to make porridge and to teach her and show her how we can work it out and pay for her. So I say people don't know. Some of these people don't know. It's a culture. So this generation, they need to be taught. Some of the mothers them don't know what them. They probably grew up in a fast food environment, which is not going to help our youngsters when they reach a certain level. So these are so that's what I'm saying. You have to teach to you them, tell them. Some of them don't really understand. They are following what you call the fashion. The fashion of this world, come and go and fade away, So it's fashion. They must follow. You understand? So they need people to teach them, Virgin. So this. That's what I'm saying. The youth, they need to be taught. Don't give up, because if somebody really know and understand, they will have to be, it would have been better in some cases. So that's where we are. People don't know, and knowledge is power.
Yeah. So I mean, why don't you start the Allan Cole mentorship program and then charge them and say, listen, I can come in and talk to your school team, or I can come in and they pay you to come in and give some of this wisdom to the people and talk to because maybe they need a voice like you to say, listen, you need to develop a certain thing, and probably a club invite you and you run a session, not to coach, but just to sit down with the ball of them and talk to them as a legend in the game, because like I said, sometimes they don't even know and they don't have a guidance.
Well, what you're saying, I have a lot of sense to that, but I'm not that type of person who's going to put myself in that position to ask her and ask him to go and to do what you just asked, what you were saying.
Okay, well, I am going to tell them now. No, I'm going to tell the clubs
But
listening.
if I do it, it's saying that I do help people, one or two people, tell them what to do and things like that. So, and they get results. So
Yeah.
that's good for me.
So here's what I'm going to do now. I am telling the clubs because a lot of the clubs in the
Clubs?
no, man. What
Yeah.
I mean, the Premier League clubs. I know at least the 12 Premier League clubs have somebody who listens to the program, and a lot of the school coaches. So what I am saying to them, here it is that you have someone who has played at the highest level. He played for the national team as a youth. There must be some benefit for him to come and sit down with some of the ballers that you are trying to condition, to tell them the necessity of eating well. Like he said about getting up at 4 o'clock for 2 hours training, the necessity for eating porridge. I mean, some of these little players, you touch them fall over. I mean, there's no strength. So here it is that you have a legend who have good advice that you can talk to. You can let him come in and talk to your youngsters. Some of them, because some of them have never met you. You know what it would feel like for certain players, 16-year-old, to meet Allan Skillcole. They're hearing the name, but they have not met the person. So I am putting it out here for clubs and schools to tap into the wealth and knowledge that persons like you and others out there have to help uplift the football, because at a youth level, it don't look good on certain levels.
I will agree with you. I listen to you, and I'm glad for your good thoughts. And I give thanks. And maybe we do a party, because one day we do a party. We have more to talk about.
yes.
Have some people who have been here for quite a while now.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna bless up and let you go. Again, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, man,
And as usual,
can do some more one more time, another time. All right? Promise.
yeah, man. Best of health to you.
More things to say. So,
Yeah, man. All right, take care, Sir Cole, and best of health to you. And thanks to the youngster who helped you. Really appreciate it.
all right, and thanks for having me. Okay.
As usual, man. All right. All right, people, there you go. So that is the part 2 of the Allan Skillcole story. What awesome advice and direction, right? About how we can uplift the football. You hear that, people? Some youngsters need to hear this. All you need is just a little bit of porridge, man. Get some porridge in your system. Strengthen yourself. There's some work that you can do. Yes, people need to do this and coaches need to be better, but you can build your own strengths. You can do those things. So go ahead and strengthen yourself. You understand me? So please ensure that you work on your personal game, your personal skills and ability. Yes, like the great one just said. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in, for being a part of I Am Sure Sports. It has been a long day, but a worthwhile day. As usual, if you're watching this video, here are a few things I want you to do. You can hit the like button, right? That helps. That's one way you can support the platform and the work that we do, so we can keep presenting quality interviews for you. Hit the like button. If you have not yet subscribed to the platform, you also go ahead and do that. You can also share our video, our content with others, so they can become a part of the I Am Sure Sports family. All right. Yeah. We also have merchandise available now in the United States. We understand that we don't have a lot left. So if you need, we have extra small, medium, and I hear that the large and the bigger sizes are running out. So you need to call. You probably have 10 or so left in the States. So if you want one, you just call that number that you see on the screen, 1-954-639-2991, and it will be delivered to you right at your doorstep. All right, so please check that out. It's just how you can support I Am Sure Sports. I know a lot of you call in, you send in message and you say, hey, man in demand, great program, love it. But bills have to be paid, stuff have to be purchased to improve the quality. So we do these things. So go ahead and show your support for the platform by doing some of these things. We also want to say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video, Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. Call them at 876-884-7390. They are located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, and they're offering loans of up to $100,000. No processing fee, same day processing, and 0 to 4% interest rate. Also, a big thank you to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. And in collaboration with Launch Legacy, the second Tuesday, which is not this Tuesday, but the next week Tuesday, we will be having, I think Jamaica plays that day, so we'll be moving that to the Thursday, where we'll have someone from the Bank of Jamaica who is going to be giving us some very good investment options for persons here in Jamaica, right? For the persons in sport, just simple ways that you can invest, because we want to offer balance. We want you to be doing well financially, playing wise, talent wise, health wise. We want to make sure that the programs we offer help to deal with your holistic life, not just a specific part only, but as many different facets of your life. Again, thank you so much. Let me bring up a couple more comments as we're about to close. What about the Allan Cole mentorship program? Yeah, that's what I suggested to him. So we will see. Some of these young players have never heard of the name Allan Skill Cole. They would be amazed to hear that he scored 38 goals in one season in the Costa Cup as a 15-year-old. I am telling you. And that he played for Jamaica as a 15-year-old with a group of Jamaican that people must remember that they were not ordinary players either. So don't think like he made it. I mean, he was exceptional because that Jamaica team had other quality players. And so that's a big deal. But again, a big thank you from us here at I Am Sure Sports. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And it was my absolute joy and pleasure being with you. Again, remember to like, share, and subscribe. I am Man is Man, and we are out of here. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful evening.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Air this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing was in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Race, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha! Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from we day you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.